Trafalgar Square has had to put up with a lot over the years. Pigeons use it as a public lavatory. On New Year's Eve, chaps take their clothes off and dance in the fountains. And if there's a noisy demonstration to be held, you can be sure it'll be held here. But all that is nothing compared with what's happened in Trafalgar Square this week. Either Nelson is taking his revenge, or there's something very funny happening down below, but the water coming from the fountains has turned green. The thousands of gallons that shoot 20 feet into the air every few minutes look as if they come from a stagnant pond rather than London's most famous fountain. And it's all because of the algae. The green slime that grows around the side of the fountains is flourishing because of the warm weather and the fact that the water only gets changed once every 3 weeks instead of fortnightly. That was a government economy measure. But with all the leftover food that gets thrown into the fountains and lapped up by the algae, it wasn't one of Mrs. Thatcher's most successful cuts.
We get half-eaten hamburgers, Coca-Cola tins, ice cream. Each morning this time of the year, my plant attendant will remove up to 6 sackfuls of debris.
The contamination of the water, which is hurled into the air by 3 huge pumps beneath the square, has been made worse because it's no longer chlorinated. It's now considered impractical and dangerous to use chlorine gas. So the Department of the Environment are trying out other chemical cleaners. If the water's sick, give it a pill. A giant tablet dropped into the middle of the fountain while it's turned off. So far, the most obvious achievement of the new chemicals has been to loosen the algae from the sides of the fountains and discolour the water. But they're working on it. New chemicals are being tried, but they mustn't be toxic. Otherwise, Trafalgar Square could end up full of sick children and dead pigeons. And they have enough to worry about as it is. As for the public, they think the water might be green on purpose, a Technicolor tourist attraction.
I would imagine. Perhaps somebody's come along and put dye in it, haven't they?
No, it's algae coming off the walls of the pond.
Gosh.
Well, I've only just arrived here, I haven't. Oh, only the green water, that's about all I've noticed.
Why do you think it is green?
Well, I suppose the lack of sunshine. I don't know why it's green.
I thought it looked mucky, frankly.
What do you think might be the reason for it?
It occurred to me that the water was just plain dirty.
Yes, algae apparently growing on the sides.
Yes, well, that would fit.
What do you think of it?
Well, I think you might be right. It's Pleurococcus.
With all the rubbish in the square, not to mention pigeon droppings and peanuts, Sid Cooper, who looks after many other government buildings in Whitehall, reckons he has more headaches with Trafalgar Square than Downing Street, the Treasury and the Foreign Office put together. But he's determined to beat the green slime once and for all.
The fountains are due to be cleaned again this Thursday, and we anticipate that they will be sparkling clean, and we anticipate that the chemicals we'll be using will prevent the algae growth, and we hope that the fountain will be all right from now on.
With tourists gathering in London for a certain event in 2 weeks' time, the green fountains have come at an embarrassing moment. But by the time Prince Charles and Lady Di drive through the square, you can be sure they'll be spouting the freshest, cleanest water imaginable. To do anything else would be little short of treason.